I've always been a big critic of like the sexual deviancy from the censorship community, right? People who like obsessively compulsively believe that like every change, every alteration to a character's outfit in a Japanese release is some like grand SJW conspiracy. Like it can't be a simple redesign or the creators wanting to take the series in a different direction. No, it's part of some elaborate scheme to desexualize everything and prevent you from looking at anime titties. Like it is a grand conspiracy to ruin video games and all of entertainment. It is of course like completely laughable. You know, I typically talk about this kind of thing in regards to Nintendo releases, but I've been wanting to kind of branch out and kind of talk about like other things as well in regards to this topic because it is something that that does indeed have some association with other material. Like I think manga and anime is the big one, but like speaking strictly to video games for this video anyway, like I have noticed the weird conspiracy revolving around like Atelier, right? Ryza in particular. This idea that like this game is being taken over by SJWs who don't want you to look like at a 16-year-old girl's does. Like this is like the conspiracy is that like these guys are coming out and like saying that oh man the producers are coming out talking about how they don't care like how they don't like people sexualizing their character and that means they're SJW cucks and that means that like Atelier is going to be ruined and we're never going to get a character as delicious as Ryza ever again. Like you know these pedophiles are just off the wall, but it it is hmm where was I going with this? Yeah, it is. It's interesting, right? When you look at like what the creators say, like they make it very clear like what the reasoning behind this is. It's that they came up with like a female design. You know, it was meant to be like an aesthetically pleasing, like cute design. You know, emphasizing her positive characteristics as a character. You know, like an adventurous like tomboy or whatever. They came up with a Ryza character, and like they specifically said that like the character was not meant to be sexualized. Like she's meant to be like a normal girl or whatever, right? And people players coming out and like sexualizing the character, like when she's not really meant to be that, right? Like it comes off as if I played a little bit of Ryzen, right? Like I know a little bit about what the character is like and what the vibe they're going for is, and it's meant to be like wholesome, like family, like slice of life, like anime fun, right? You know, a girl like learning to be an alchemist. Like it's cute, it's charming, but I wouldn't call it like sexually charged, right? It doesn't need to be. That's not the audience they're going for. That's not the vibe they want. But when people speak out against like the alleged censorship or like the creators wanting to censor the characters, like it's like they're pushing for the character to become something she isn't, right? That she was never intended to be, and it's like they don't respect like the creator's intentions when it comes to this kind of thing. Is that like I feel like Atelier is actually a pretty good female oriented franchise with like some really so with some surprisingly like charming character designs and aspects like it kind of reminds me of like a shoujo anime or whatever. I don't read this stuff, I don't play this stuff much, but like it has that vibe to it and like it makes sense to kind of focus on desexualizing a character if it's meant to be like for younger audiences, if it's meant to be for girls, if it's meant to be for people who enjoy cute things, right? Like it doesn't make sense to keep pandering to like an adult male demographic who just like fetishizing like underage anime girls. Like that doesn't make any sense to me at all, right? Like I totally understand where the creators are coming from when they talk about like wanting to move away from the fan servicey aspect because I myself am put off by like the behavior of these adult male fans, right? Like I don't like them, I don't respect them, and I've encountered these people several times in like my endeavors to deal with like the censorship allegations against Nintendo and stuff like that, and it's the same kind of thing. Like it is the exact same kind of thing where these people just obsessively like make things up about the company, trying to like make them paint them to be something they aren't. Like I've seen these same people like try to say that like the Metroid Prime remastered like version of Samus Aran is going to be the standard version going forward. Like, apparently not realizing it was the same design they used in the original Metroid Prime, right? That was replaced immediately by Prime 2, right? Like, nobody ever thought she was attractive in Prime 1. She was never attractive in Prime 1. Like, but like, but like these secondaries don't know that, right? They don't know anything about like these games and like the characters or whatever. They just want to complain about like about how not every character is like a sex doll or whatever. They hate variety. They hate creativity. They hate like people like not catering to them. And I think you really shouldn't pay attention to these people at all. Like I have no respect for these perverted lunatics who just want to coom all the time, like the Nick Recadas of the world, right? Like, not everything needs to be ultra sexualized. You need to grow up and actually talk to a real girl.